Vaughn Bean, a nice fight tonight. I thought you acquitted yourself well. You were energetic. It was a 6-round fight. You fought strong all the way through, but you didn't land a knockout punch. You're a little disappointed that you were unable to wobble him or hurt him at any point during the fight.
First, I like to say all praises due to God. And yeah, I tried to load up a lot of times, and I should have used my speed, but I was trying to get him out of there, you know, get some respect.
Now, the body shot seemed very effective. You were able to land with both hands downstairs. Inside, could you sense that you were doing damage with the body shots?
Yeah, I sensed I was doing damage, but he was lower than me. He was almost to my jockey scrap, so I had to try to get the outside shots in there, you know. It was really hard.
Did you come in with a plan originally to beat him downstairs?
Yeah, I came in trying to work him over downstairs, but that's my attack plan, you know.
Today we mentioned the Jersey Joe Walcott, and he can be remembered for being a great champion, and he will be long remembered. And of course, he was the former boxing commissioner for the state of New Jersey, and a lot of people.
It's a testimony.
It's a testimony?
Yeah, it's a testimony.
Okay.
My life is a testimony.
That's a good way to put it.
You know, I lost my mom when I was 13. You know, it's just a struggle after struggle. You know what I mean? So to get over that and all that, you have to dream. You have to remove yourself and believe in yourself, man. Dream, man. When you dream, you gotta believe your dreams and achieve it. Put the hard work in.
That makes sense. Because if you don't, who will?
If you don't, who will? And people gonna always say you can't do this, and you tell a person your dream, they're gonna shoot you down. But you gotta, believe in your dream. You can't, don't tell nobody if you don't believe in it, But if you believe in your dream, yeah, right? That's what's gonna happen for me. And do it. And believe in it and do it.
With the way the world going right now, I feel like it's getting easier and easier to people to make it from zero with no support.
That's true.
All they got to just have that faith and belief.
That's it. They have that faith
the man
and
upstairs,
belief.
and then you can go anywhere.
You go anywhere. That's true. That's the key. That's the number one key. Have the faith in God, and He'll get you that dream. And once you keep dreaming that dream,
right,
you just start believing it, and you can achieve it.
Okay. So I got this the situation, and I just wanted you to get them an insight on the book, and your life stories and so much that you've been through. And we was talking about when you used to go hang out with your grandma's house,
right?
At the end. You lost your cousin in the river or something. You want to go to tell that story just a little bit?
Yeah, my cousin Adrian Bean. Yeah, he's my cousin.
Adrian Bean? Yeah,
he was only like 12. So we always playing in the woods, and it's like a little creek in the woods, a little pond in the woods. And, we knew we couldn't swim, but he wasn't scared of the water.
Where your grandma lived? New Orleans?
Yeah, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge?
Yeah, Baton Rouge. Just where
in the swamp. You hear Pussy, you hear.
So we, was in the woods playing around. He thought he could swim real good, and we couldn't. We ain't never been in the water, but he wanted to get in there so bad. But he the only one got in the water, and there was a lot of junk in the water and stuff. And he got caught on something. It kept pulling him down. Yeah, we was scared, just hollering and screaming. Then ran back home. They asked where he was at. We don't know. That's what really got us in trouble, because we could have probably saved him, and we'd have told somebody like, man, he out there, he drowning. He out there in the woods. We didn't tell nobody. We was like trying to hide it, like it was gonna go away. And I still feel bad today. Not telling my auntie. She asked, "Where's Adrian? Where's Adrian?" We all, I don't know. We knew what happened.
Y'all ain't tell.
We ain't tell. And she was really disappointed. I was only 8 years old though.
So that started letting you know that you got to have that strength already to just face the challenge, face whatever it is.
Whatever comes at you, got to face it head on, man.
You can't hide it and put it under the bed.
Because it don't go away.
It ain't going to go away.
It ain't going to go away. All it's going to do is keep eating at you, keep bothering you. So if I would have faced up to it and got it over with, whatever she's going to do to me, just done it, maybe she could feel better. I could feel, or maybe we could have saved him. I don't know.
And maybe that's what you had to go through to get to where you went.
Yeah.
Because I know that taught you a valuable lesson.
Yeah. You got.
That had to mold and shape you into a different person at that point. Like your character and everything was just shifting and shaped it after that.
That's right.
After you did tell the relief that you felt that it was off your shoulders,
right.
You knew that it wasn't even that bad as you needed. You know what I'm saying?
I just told the truth.
Right, it wasn't even that bad. You should, but you learn and you live. So.
Right.
I think that's a lesson right there.
Yeah,
like,
it was bad. It was rough. I just wish I would have just stood up and said something, man. You know.
I think that people like that everybody see the good part of what they get and how they glowing and shining. You get that part that's exposed, but it's like it has to be a balance of where you came from. Right. And I don't think everybody get to see that part. You just get to see the superstar part.
Right.
You don't get to see like why was he chosen? Oh, he was chosen because he done went through it already. Right. He paid to be the boss already.
Right. There's a lot of things you have to turns and turnarounds and ups and downs and turnarounds. So you have to bite the bullet. You know, can't cry about it. There's no one to cry on nobody's shoulder. You just gotta muster on, toughen it up. You know.
And I think the best thing of that is you're not gonna die. You're still alive. Right. Through the scrapes, bruises, breaks, you still breathing and alive. Yeah. And I think that's a testimony why you should just keep going and face it anyway.
That's testimony right there.
What's the worst you can do?
Right.
Die?
Right. You know what I mean?
You know?
That's the worst you can do. Yeah. And you should always face your fears, man. You'll get over it and feel better. Once you face your fears, steady letting it eat at you forever and ever. It'll eat at you.
So, yeah, that's the underlying golden truth, Mm-hmm. That's the topic of the book right there.
Yeah, that's the topic of the book.
Yeah, that's what's the topic of the book right there, man.
That's really, I need to be taught.
That's that time we got to get up out of here. Let's see how much time we did. At least give us hope.
Feels like even though that he's keeping himself in pretty good shape. And we'll get into it as the fight goes along. It's interesting that there are not a lot of big names in
there and who have the stamina and the will to keep at it. Somebody's going to emerge.
Bean has going for him, probably more so. This is a heavyweight bout. Vaughn Bean in the black trunks.
Combinations if he were to work that jab a little bit more on the way in. Every shot that he has thrown.
Both of those fighters, and he's not working with Evander for this one.
Yeah, that's a very interesting fight. Michael Moore is a very fine puncher and always has a puncher's chance.
In the meantime, here at the Sands Copa Room, under a minute to go in round number 2.
So the cross between Mike Tyson and Pinklin Thomas.
There you go. Step around.
A little low shot with the right. Tony Orlando had to warn him, the referee.
Yeah, that first one was marginal. The next one hit him in the middle of the hip.
Fights like this, of course, we know what to expect when we see the Lennox Lewis's and the Michael Moores and Holyfields and Riddick Bowe's.
Who is our main event tonight, who fought almost half his career, a fighter whose career moved along the airways to our viewers over BET. That's right, this is another round that follows pretty much the same pattern as the